Hey there, Regina Anley here, and it is time for the AI Spotlight. This week, our theme is business resilience. So, how can AI help you with business resilience? Well, I guess maybe the better question these days is what can't AI help you with? Because it can help with just about anything you've got going on. And when it comes to business resilience, what does that even mean? It means being able to adapt and pivot when something doesn't go quite as planned, when your goal doesn't, end up where you thought it was going to end up and something happens. And it could be something in your business, it could be something in your life that derails your business. There's all kinds of things that can happen. Now, we don't worry about those things that could possibly happen. If you actually sat there and thought about it, you'd probably drive yourself crazy. However, the fact of the matter is that stuff happens, and sometimes for no apparent reason. And the key is to be prepared. That's what business resilience is all about. Business resilience is about having that backup plan, that stuff in place so that when something happens, you just start moving forward and it's okay. You adapt, you pivot, and you just keep moving forward instead of taking 5 steps back. So today, I wanted to tell you how AI can help you do that. And we're going back to Notion again. I talked about Notion before, and Notion is a great tool for many things, including creating workflows and setting up social media calendars and all this. There's so much stuff you can do inside of Notion. And one of the things you can do is you can actually set up some business resilience in there. You can plan for your business. So what does Notion AI do? Well, basically, it's an all-in-one workspace where you can plan and organize literally everything in your business. So there's an AI feature in it that makes it bigger, better, and smarter. So you can brainstorm ideas, you can summarize notes, you can rewrite outlines, you can organize your plans automatically. Think of it as your adaptability planning partner. How's that sound? So it will help you take what's in your head and turn it into a clear, flexible plan, especially when something, hits the fan and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? It can help you get rid of that anxiety, get rid of that overwhelm, and help you do the plan so that you can just keep moving forward. So how can you use it? So maybe you have an offer. And I actually literally just heard this on a call last night. Somebody said, I made this program, I made this stuff, and no one showed up. She was kind of freaking out a little bit. But what do you do when that happens? When that happens, you stop, figure out what's going on, adapt, and pivot. So business resilience. So maybe one of your offers isn't performing, right? You could go into their AI over here and say, we'll use my program. Stand out, get clients program is not attracting clients as I would like. Let's see, what can we tell them? We can say, let's tell it to please help me brainstorm a few ideas to get it back on track. Now, mind you, Notion knows nothing about my Stand Out Get Clients program. So it is going to pull whatever it's got because I literally just put that in, but look at what it's giving me. So if I need to stop and adapt, I can go in here and it says clarify and sharpen the offer, tighten the promise, reduce the friction to say yes, show proof and outcomes, improve the funnel, messaging upgrades, distribution and partnerships, pricing and urgency. It gave me a ton of information. So if I'm having that problem, I can go, yep, I can make changes there. Here's an A, B headline. So maybe the headline in your funnel isn't working and it's not attracting people in. You can put two different versions of it out there and see which one works best. It's giving me everything that I need right here so I can start planning. So when you think about business resilience, it's all about that adaptability, right? It's all about change. If you're one of those people who is resistant to change, that's something that you need to address. And in the Tips and Tricks Tuesday, I talked about a book called Who Moved My Cheese? And if you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. That is like the quintessential book on change. It's all about adapting to change and what happens when you do and what happens when you don't. So what I'm saying is you need to basically fall in love with change. Personally, I used to hate change. And I learned to love it because it actually helped me move forward. It got rid of my anxiety, got rid of the overbearing burden that I felt if something wasn't working right. When I decided to be very adaptable to change, all of a sudden, new doors opened up, new windows opened up, new bulkheads opened up, everything opened up, and everything just flowed so much easier into business. Why? Because I was resilient. I didn't just fold. I didn't quit. I didn't give up. If you're in that spot where you're going, I don't know, should I stay in business? Shouldn't I stay in business? I'm not even sure what I'm doing here. This is your pivot point. Think about what you're doing. Where are you? Where do you want to go? What is it that you really want? If you really want that business, this is where your resilience kicks in. And tools like Notion can help you. Now, if you don't even know where to start, you can start with their AI, so Notion AI. So we have all these different things. We worked on workflows before in another one of our AI spotlights, but now we're talking about all these other things. And right here, there's this goals tracker. So you can create goals. Now, maybe you're going, I don't know what goals I want to create. So you say, I am building my nutrition consulting business. I am just starting out and looking to identify 3 goals per quarter for the coming year. I always put this in. I always ask, can you help? I spelled nutrition wrong, but you know what? It knows how to spell, so it's good. So here we go. It's providing quarterly goals. And then I can take those goals, I can put them into the goal tracker. Now, once they're in the goal tracker, say one of those goals isn't on target, maybe something is off. That's where your resilience kicks in, and you go back in and say, you know what? This isn't working. I need to adapt and pivot. I need to change something up. And you let the tool help give you ideas. Instead of you getting overwhelmed by the situation, the event of whatever's going on, take a deep breath, go into Notion AI, ask it to help you, and then go adjust your goals in the goal tracker. When you go in here, you can set up all kinds of different goals. I haven't set up goals in here yet because I wanted to use this for an example. So you can go in and set up, see, look at this, set quarterly nutrition goals. Because I put it into the AI and I asked it, it's putting everything in here. Here's the goal. Here's all my stuff. Now I can go in and put this stuff in the goal tracker. It's that easy. And then that keeps you on target. That keeps you focused. That keeps you sane when things aren't going quite right. So your resilience muscle doesn't have to flex too hard. You can actually look at it and go, okay, things aren't quite right, or something happening, something shifted in the market. People are saying they don't want to use disposable income anymore to pay for coaching services because, money's tight. What do I do? It will give you all kinds of ideas on how to adapt and pivot. That might be, in that particular case, it might be starting a new venture, doing something completely different to bring in some income. So when you think about being resilient, it is all about adapting to change. So use AI to your advantage. When you get in that space where you're like, what do I do next? Go in and ask. Notion AI is brilliant for not only just giving you the information, just like ChatGPT would. It gave me an answer probably very similar to if I put that same question into ChatGPT. But in here, what it does is now it goes and it sets it all up inside of my goal tracker. I can set stuff up in my content planner. I can set stuff up all over the place so that I don't even have to think about it anymore. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So if you haven't set up something in the background for your business for that time when something doesn't go quite as planned, and believe me, if you're in business, at some point, something is not going to go as planned. It's the way it works. That's where resilience kicks in. Adapt, pivot, use Notion to help you get through. That's what I've got for you today on the AI Spotlight. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.